Hey guys, still in the head here with a new game, well, new to console at least. This is Dauntless. It came out on PC first, and it also is coming out to PS4 and Xbox very soon. But basically, this is a Monster Hunter World kind of clone. It's all about hunting behemoths in this case. You want to get their parts and their pieces and whatnot in order to get better armor, better weapons, and everything like that. So this is a pretty fun game. I want to give you guys though like the new player experience and what you should expect when you start playing Dauntless. So as you can see here, we're switching over to, this is kind of the beginning campaign. This is kind of the beginning narrative. It's a really unique world. The islands are all floating. It's not just like, you know, a standard kind of theme. Everyone's kind of floating about, doing their own thing, and basically there's a power source called aether, which the behemoths are trying to consume, and if they consume too much aether, then these islands end up falling into disrepair or something of that nature, and they end up falling out of the sky. So we're a new recruit. We're heading out into this new world, and we're gonna start hunting behemoths with everyone. Right here we have the character editor. There's quite a few options, pretty standard though, so I'll let you guys experiment and find out what you want on your own time. That's my guy though. So again, we're kind of the new recruit. We're trying to learn our place in the world. We have our kind of like our pilot. We have our commander who's kind of teaching us the tricks of the trade and everything like that, and learning how to do the most effective monster hunting we can possibly do. But again, this is a free game. It's a lot of fun. It's full releasing on May 21st by Phoenix Labs. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check it out yet on PC, it will be on Xbox and PS4 very soon. There is going to be cross-platform, and there's actually even going to be a Switch release and possibly a mobile release down the line, which is pretty awesome. But we're going to cut ahead to the plot a little bit, and here we are. We take a little bit of a stumble, and we try to find our place in the world, and it is a bit of a stumble, is a little bit of an understatement. But basically, this is how you're going to start the game. This is going to be your first mission. It gives you the same standard tutorial that every game generally gives you. But this game, it's a lot of fun, especially for a free game. There is some monetization in it, of course. They have to make some kind of money, but it's strictly right now, it's cosmetics and small temporary boosts, and they seem to make it very clear that they weren't interested in giving like amazing armor or amazing weapons to people that are doing a pay-to-win model or anything like that. So it's a pretty good experience. It's pretty intuitive. You run around. The things that glow are something that you can pick up. The things that aren't are just scenery. And then, as you see there's some mobs that we can encounter. There's smaller creatures that you don't encounter too often, but they're just standard fare. You just attack them, slash them, tear them apart. You won't really get anything from killing these other than just sometimes certain bites require you to clear out mobs before continuing to attack the behemoth. But yeah, it's basically right now this is standard practice, and then we're gonna get to the behemoth very soon, and all in all, it's a very fun mechanic. It's a lot of slashing, dodging, and a lot of timing. There's definitely invulnerability frames with the dodges, so you can actually dodge through the monster. You don't have to dodge away. And there's, I want to say, 6 weapon sets. They're all unique in their own way. They all have different effects. A majority of the weapons right now have a slashing effect, which is your standard sword, axe, whatever. And those are good at like cutting off tails and just causing good standard damage. And there's the hammer that deals blunt damage, and it also kind of does like a torpor, in the sense that like the more stagger you end up hitting and causing the damage to, eventually the creature will get knocked over, and then everyone has a good opportunity to stun and wail on them. And then there's also the war pike, which is kind of more of a stabbing and kind of a critical effect, in the sense that you're going to target them and keeps trying to cause damage in specific parts of the body. And that way, when everyone else with their slashing weapons attacks, it actually does even more damage. And it's just a good way to kind of like round out a team. I would say you probably want 2 slashing weapons, a hammer, and a war pike. But this is definitely a game you can do solo. You don't have to fight with everyone else. You do want to look into your weapons though, and I would highly recommend you kind of work on a jack of all trades, master of none kind of skill set. You're going to want to be familiar with each type of weapon, because there's certainly monsters, or behemoths even, that you're fighting that you really don't want to waste all of your time using this one weapon just because that's the weapon you prefer, when there's a much better weapon option or weapon type that can really handle it. right now we're dealing with what's called a neutral behemoth. It doesn't have any like flavor per se, but there is elemental effects in this game as well. So there's like electric, fire, and ice, and you're gonna want to try to balance out what you're targeting. So obviously ice is susceptible to fire, fire is susceptible to ice. So you're gonna want to try to find a weapon that you can switch to and use depending on what you're hunting. And it's definitely one that you're always going to want more armor. It gives you different skills, it gives you different weapon varieties that you can work with and other combinations. And the other nice thing too is there's kind of like a gem system. They call it cells in this, but you can change slots out, so you can tailor your armor set to be whatever you really want it to be. But all in all, this is a really fun game, and I sincerely look forward to seeing more come from this. Console players, look forward to this very soon. At the time of the release of this video, it should only be about 2 days away. So a lot of this content that I'm showing in this video and the next few that are coming out should give you kind of a good custom feel of what you're going to expect. And this is coming from a new player myself. I've only got maybe 4 or 5 hours beneath my belt, so I just wanted to give you guys a very organic and realistic point of view from it. I didn't want to be, the pro player that tells everyone like, oh, this is how great this game is and you should know why because I played 300 hours. This is a completely new experience with me, and I hope you guys drop in and continue to play. But if you guys did enjoy this, if you'd be so kind as drop a comment, drop a like. If you really want to, even subscribe would be lovely. I'm actually a Twitch streamer as well, Dull in the Head, same name, and I will definitely be playing this on stream. So whenever you guys are able to start playing this, please, by all means, reach out to me. I would love to be able to hunt with you guys, be able to get a greater, better experience. And also, guys, definitely check out, there's going to be some more videos coming out. This is kind of just like the introduction for new players, but I am going to go greater into depth about like what is Dauntless, and then also kind of talk about some weapon sets and things. So have a great day, guys, and take care.